Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Hussam Mustafa from HubnSub.com. Welcome to this webinar about building a services catalog. Before we start, we need to understand what is a services catalog. We can't in fact speak about a services catalog without talking about the services providers. Service providers are all the teams and departments in any organization that provide services to other team members in the organization. In fact, we all sell something. As team members in any organization, we sell our services to our peers, to other departments, and to other team members. Similarly, service providers are selling their services, and in fact, they need to market these services. They need to let other peers and team members in the organization understand and know that they provide these services. That's why HubnSub is a collaboration tool based on providing services to internal and external customers. We can see here 4 services catalog, one for operation, HR, sales and marketing, and accounting. Probably one will say they are 5, but okay, and in this case we have sales and marketing in one services catalog. So a services catalog is a set of tools that are ready for our customers to interact and use easily. Very simple and very straightforward. In fact, not only internal service providers are using services catalog, there are also external service providers like mobile service teams, sales and support teams. They provide services to other team members externally outside their organization. That's why they need a services catalog to make interacting with them easier and much more convenient. Governmental e-services are available and very widely spread today, where they provide services to the publicity. What difference a services catalog makes? We are speaking here about the digital services catalog. The most important feature of a digital services catalog, it provides the customers, the internal and external customers, with an instant way for providing feedback to the team that provides the service providers. Take for example Uber. Uber is a service provider. They provide taxi services using a digital tool, the Uber software itself. And they use it in such a smart and excellent way, where they take the feedback and they utilize it. They judge, they use the software and the feedback to keep the good drivers and get rid of the bad ones. Similarly, here in HubnSub, we provided the customer with an instant way to provide feedback on each service they take, and meanwhile the organization heads, the management can utilize this and understand what is the right, who's the good, what are the good services and what are the bad services, who are the good people or the good service teams with great feedback, and which one are having bad and constantly bad issues, where they can understand and sort it out. And this is, I think, a uniform feedback is the most important and powerful feature of a services catalog, electronic services catalog, of course. Moving forward, services catalog generate actionable data. Example, team response with a service provider, with a digital services provider. We can measure easily the team response, how quickly the team respond, what is the wasted time before the team takes action, and the team utilization rates, how utilized the team are, and the satisfaction rates also, as we have said. One more feature and one more important use of building a services catalog, it allows the internal customer and the service provider to share data and collaborate about the services being used. For instance, sharing services status, a service status, or a request status. If I request a service, then I don't need to call the department to understand what is the status. It's just enough to go and check my notification and understand that where is my case and who's working on it, what has been done on it, and how things and what is very important here. Instant notification, as we have seen, the instant notification opens the door for digital innovation, because sharing scenarios like auto task distribution, and HubnSub here we provide tools to distribute the tasks on teams automatically using AI techniques. That was never without the digital service providers we cannot think about it. Identify team locations. All of these are possibilities and facilities that were never available about a digital service providers like what we provide here in HubnSub. So what are the 5 important steps for building a services catalog? The number 1, we have to inventory our services. In HubnSub here, we provide the team with a tool to inventory the services. Of course, this will be done on a team by team basis. So if I'm here in HR, I will sit with my team, discuss and list services. So the aim of this exercise is to list the services that we provide to our customers. We have to ask ourselves, what are the most critical services provided by us to our customers, internal customers, of course, in this case in HR. Start with a short list in the beginning. We advise that we shouldn't maybe start with every service we provide from the beginning, but we can start with a short list of services in the beginning to experiment with. So and which is as easy as we can see here. We can list the services. If we have different services, we can add them to the team services catalog. Now, taking this short list, we should build quality around it. We should provide a full description for each of the selected list of services, hopefully text and photos, because the objective of a services catalog is to provide the users, the internal customers, with knowledge about the services. They should understand that this service is available and ready for them to use it. When they read the description, they need to understand what this service will help them with, and hopefully with photos and with we call it service branding, because it's a way for digitally marketing their tools. So here is the text for this service. Provides financial information to management so this is just an example here to explain the service. We can change the picture, we can change the branding of each services catalog. Agree on an initial SLA for this service. So if I'm in a particular service, if there is an internal service level agreement, for instance, if there is number of days that this service should be accomplished with, and then we have to highlight it, and whether it's days or hours, we need to highlight that and agree with the team, because this is an exercise that needs to be agreed very well between the team members, because they are the ones that are going to execute. It's a liability for them. They need to understand that this is, of course, calculating the service level agreement maybe in the beginning, if we don't have statistics, if we don't have numbers to tell what is the average time for and guaranteed time for achieving this service, we shouldn't really use it in the beginning until we have more data, where HubnSub here will provide us with the data. After using the system for a while, for a month or two, we'll come to understand the average time for closing each request on these services, so that we can then set the services SLA on for this service. One very important benefit also, or one very important point for outlining the services, is to list the prerequisites for each service. So if I have a service and this service requires the internal customer to prepare data, to prepare attachments or any other requirements, then this should be highlighted first. And here in HubnSub we provide the, and then it provides the prerequisites. Direct management approval, for instance, this is an approval, photocopy of the passport or whatever other requirements needs to be listed here, so that our customers, whenever they browse this service, they will come to understand this service in advance, proactively, so that they don't waste the time by providing or requesting a service where they haven't provided the prerequisite for it. It's very important to list it, and if there are any prerequisites, it's better to be stated and written here in the request on the service from the beginning, so that this will save time of rejecting a request that is not incomplete, or waiting for the customer to provide these requirements. And that's why HubnSub, that's one way of HubnSub of cutting waste. It empowers, it gives the internal customers all the prerequisites in advance. Before they submit their requests, they should prepare all the prerequisites to save their time and their service team times. Step number 3, after let's just quickly review what we have done so far. We have listed our services. Number 2, we have highlighted each service by providing descriptions, by providing a visual description of it as well. We have also the SLAs, and we have also listed the prerequisites for each of these services. We have also listed the prerequisite for each service. Number 3, after we have built our list of services, and we have also, there are some more specifications here, tags and workflows. Let's keep them for now. Number 3, after we have inventoried our services and described them very well and set SLAs and so forth, we need to communicate and inform teams about the availability of this service. A very important way of doing this is the team themselves. The team themselves are the advocates for these services. They actually talk to people on a daily basis. They talk to the customers on a daily basis. The teams, the service teams, and when I'm speaking here, I'm speaking of the service teams. So they need to convey the message to the entire organization, their internal customers, that there is a change, that this customer should really use the internal portal for requesting the services, unlike before, maybe by directly requesting or coming to the office or sending emails. That from now there is a new system, there is a new way of improving the work. They need to go to the portal and request these services, and without the team it will really be difficult to do that. We can also inform, it's a sort of marketing. We need to market this and make videos explaining to them. Actually, it's very important, very simple, using services. They go to the catalog here, or they can just go create a request from here, and then they will select the right catalog for them, the right hub, and all the services in that hub will appear where they can create a service. It goes automatically to create a service request. One of the very important ways also is to to publish KPIs and improvements as we go. We can see here in HubnSub there are many dashboards and KPIs that explains that, for instance, the number of delayed requests has been reduced over the last month. We can look at month by month completed requests. For instance, here in September we have some, this is the done requests. Okay, so this one of the very important ways is to publish KPIs and improvements constantly, so that people will understand the improvement happening because of using the new system. Number 4 is continuously collect feedback, and this is what we have been speaking about from the beginning. With HubnSub here, it provides us with a unique way for collecting feedback, and maybe it's a good time here for talking about the different ways of collecting feedback in organizations and service organizations. The very well-known way is bulk feedback, where every quarter or every half a year the service team collects feedback about its services from other parties of the organization, and that, I would say, is a very bad one, is a very bad way for doing this, because unfortunately we human beings tend to forget. A team member could have done like 100 of good requests, but one of them he had an issue, and for some reason he has done bad. Unfortunately, people will forget about all the 100 requests which he has done in a great way, and remember that one. And that's that is the disadvantage, the very clear disadvantage of collecting feedback on bulks. The other way of doing this is to collect feedback request wise. On every request we collect feedback, so that we'll come to understand that, okay, it's fair, there are like hundreds of good feedback on this request or this service or this team member and or team, the entire team also, it reflects the entire team, and of course there will happen some issues, and here it's the role of the management to judge and to understand and analyze this. Is it really critical? Is it really constantly happening? They need to understand, and that's what HubnSub provides lots of details about request on a request by request basis, so that they can analyze and understand why some bad experience happen. Of course, HubnSub provides a way for saying thank you. If a great performance were detected and someone has done really, or some team has done great work, they have to, the customer can say yes, thank you, and he can write specifically why he's saying thank you and why this service or this team member has really serviced him in a great way. Of course, if there's something bad, something terribly bad happened, he has the opportunity to write it and explain it. And the management's role is to analyze and take this seriously and understand what is the issue and fix it. Moving forward, maintain and improve. It's a continuous exercise where the management has to digest these information. For instance, in these two reports in front of us here, we come to understand, the management come to understand about the response of their teams. It's an aging of requests. So if any request has been delayed for 1 day, it will appear here this column from 0 to 10. If it has been delayed for more, then this is more critical, it will jump to this, and then the role of the management is to understand and go and understand and analyze it with their teams to understand what is wrong, why these has been delayed. Right, so it's a very easy and simple way for analyzing. In fact, these KPIs and these reports, it changes the entire service team's meetings. Now they have very specific information about their operation, about their performance, about satisfaction of their customers, where they can analyze and understand, where they can even use in appraisals and team appraisals. They can use in their presentations to show the to the improvement and outcome of automating their services catalog. These reports are actionable, as we have seen, and as we go, we have to discuss and solve these issues. At the end, I would like to thank you for being with us on this webinar. I would like also to invite you to look at HubnSub. HubnSub, as we said, is a platform where it help internal service providers to market their services. It helps them also to cut waste, simplify work process, and boost teams' performance and improve communication. HubnSub is a set of tools, as we said. It helps for creating self-services. It has a workflow toolbox, instant feedback on each service, as we said. To sum it up, KPIs and dashboards, custom forms. We can customize the forms where to collect more accurate data, auto task balancing, and custom reporting. I would really invite you to look at the other videos on HubnSub.com where we can see them in. If we go to HubnSub.com, if we log out from here. And in HubnSub.com here we can see other videos that explains HubnSub tutorial videos. Here they are provided here. So this is just an example of one of these videos. This video you will understand the basic HubnSub steps to build your first. I'd like to thank you again and have a great day.